While we are using a program, we store most of the relevant values needed to perform the actions of the program in variables. But what happens when we close the program and reopen it? The data in the variables are lost. Text files are one way to store data permanently. We can use Python to read text files and also edit them. To begin, we need to create a text file in the same folder as our Python project. Let's just fill our file with 3 lines of text. Line 1, line 2, and line 3. Let's save this file and jump over to our Python file. Let's create words to store the text file. To access it, we use open and then the name of the file. Just note that if the file was not created in the Jupyter environment, the .txt extension might have to be added at the end of the name. Secondly, we add R, which indicates that we want to read from the text file. Now, if we check out what words is, it's just an object that we cannot yet use. To get the text file in a useful format, we can use the read lines function. As we can see, this gives us the text file as a list, where each line is an element in the list. We can grab each line by using square brackets. As you can see, the process of reading lines from text files is extremely simple and easy. Now let's see how we go about adding lines to the end of a text file. First, we're going to have to open the text file with the append sign. Let's call it Appending Lines and open words. A plus is the sign for appending. Now we can call appending lines and use write to add lines. Let's add another line and use /n to start on a new line. Let's just append appended line. Now to save and close the file, we just call close. Let's go back to our text file. As you can see, the new line is now added to the end of the file. This method can be used to store information of the program, like the player level or the name of the user. Lastly, we can use Python to create and write text files. To create a text file, we also say open, and then simply specify the name of the file we're creating. If this file doesn't already exist, Python will create the file. We use W to indicate that we want to write to the text file. Now, let's write 2 lines to the file. We'll just say line 1 and line 2. Now, we can close this file as well and go to our folder and see the new file that's being created. Inside are the 2 lines we wrote. Text files are an alternative way to store data. There are other ways as well, like databases, and in my upcoming lessons I will teach you how to use Excel and CSV sheets to store and display data using the Pandas module. Make sure you're subscribed to get notified when they are released. Anyway, this is the end of your first hour of Python. The skills you have learned in these lessons will be invaluable in your coding journey and form the basis from which your programming career can take off.